How's it going, everyone? So today we've got Past Present Aston Villa. Now, Past Presents is something I done a lot last year over on my Twitch. I uploaded a little bit to the YouTube, but this year what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing them all on the Twitch and uploading every single highlight onto the YouTube channel. So if you want to catch this, live, make sure you go drop my Twitch follow. Link to that will be in the description. But yeah, this is a team we used this weekend. So we had Schmeichel in goal, Cash at right back, Adama and Walker played both of my centre backs. We had Isamavi at left back, who was actually a pretty solid card considering he's like, I don't know, 15k, something like that I think he cost me. We had Jack Grealish, Ollie Watkins, Sanson, who recently transferred there, Perez, Gaye and Trezeguet. Now in game, this is how we lined up. I used the 4-2-3-1. I'm going to actually have a formation review out on this in a few days with some custom tactics. This formation's back, in my opinion. It's a very solid one to use. So yeah, pretty basic stuff. This is how we lined up though. I had Jack Grealish as my central cam, Trezeguet out on the right, Perez out on the left, Watkins up top. It's pretty basic stuff, like I said. And then these were the other ones we used. We used the 4-3-1-2 if we went like a goal or two down, and we needed a goal, late game. Or if we needed to ultra press, we went with a 4-3-1-2. And if I needed to hold on to a lead, I went to the 5-3-2. Now, they're all pretty similar custom tactics to ones I've shown you in previous videos on my channel. So make sure you check them out if you haven't already. But yeah, let's get into some of the highlights. So game one, we came across some pretty solid teams this weekend, if I'm honest. I was surprised myself in the terms of strength. We played them all on Sunday. We did like a Super Sunday over on my Twitch. Like I said, links to that will be in the description as we get a goal with Perez. Now, like I was saying, even this is something I'm going to start doing a lot more on FIFA 21. I've sort of focused a lot more towards the content side, especially when it comes to Weekend League. So I'm going to be streaming all my games over on my Twitch and every single past present. Now, each weekend we're going to have a different past present. We've already got the one for this weekend planned, so make sure you check out my Twitch. Like I said, I'll be streaming on there, them games. But not only that, I'll upload the highlights to YouTube. So yeah, we get a rage quit first game. 2-0, pretty comfortable, and we kick it back to Jack Grealish. Now, there's a few players I'm pretty surprised by, if I'm honest, this weekend on just how good they were, and Grealish was one of them. He's by far the standout player. But honestly, in terms of results this weekend, I went in there not really expecting much. I was thinking I'd take an elite, but I'd be happy with gold one, if I'm honest, as, again, we get another win. We go into our third game at this point against a pretty unique team. We get a ball with Grealish. We do the nutmeg again. That's a skill move I've done a review on, or a tutorial on even, on my channel, so make sure you check that if you haven't already. We get a bit fortunate here. The ball falls back to Perez pretty nicely, and it sets up for a nice easy goal. However, this was a very questionable goal. He crossed it with Robin's right foot. My Adama, I don't even have control of Adama at that point. He goes for a header, auto header, and then I don't know what it does, but the ball just falls perfectly to him, and he gets a very nice finish. Now we get a penalty here. Now again, at the time I was fuming. I didn't think it was a penalty. I looked back at the replay, and yeah, it was a clear penalty. He was already away. I late tackled. That's on me. But a red card, I'm not sure if that's a red. Like, nah, that's up for debate. That's up for debate. So this was when I had to sub on Twanzebe. The only real subs I used were Balassi, if I'm honest. Barkley had one appearance later on in the episode, but at this point I subbed on Twanzebe. He gets a penalty. We read it straight down the middle. And now we got the other end with Watkins. Now I end up subbing off Trezeguet to bring in Twanzebe. Put Watkins out on the right, and he kicks it back to Grealish. A nice little bit of left foot dribbling. That extra turn back to cut back onto the right foot was a bit extra, I know, but I thought it was a pretty nice goal. So at this point we're 3-0. Again, we go 1-0 down here though. At this point I was thinking, oh god, this might not end well, because we were facing some very good teams. Obviously we had a Villa team, so every team we were going to face was going to be better than ours. I was thinking we might just face some stinky gold teams though. But a lot of the time that wasn't the case, as you'll see over these two episodes. Now, like I was saying, this is going to be split up into two episodes, 15 in the first, 15 in the last. So you find out how we actually finish with this in the final episode. That'll be out in like a day or two. But yeah, at that point we're 4-0 into the fifth game. He runs down the line, nice little goal, no complaints there. Poor defending from me even. Haaland scored though. Again, this was a pretty unique team. This was one of the worst teams. Well, one of the worser teams I faced this weekend, and even then it was still a decent one. We get a ball hit over Watkins. Questionable penalty, I must say. Questionable penalty, but we have to take that at this point. We're struggling to really create a lot of the time. I end up hesitating. I was going to put it bottom left, but then I ended up changing my mind and going central. And again, we get another questionable penalty. Now this game, I don't know if I deserve to lose necessarily. I was creating the chances, but wasn't scoring. Noise just cracked out his mind. But yeah, we put it bottom left this time without any hesitation. Even we green it as well. 2-1 at this point. We had a ball with Balassi. Now we're just trying to waste time, keep it in the corner, but I see the clock's pretty much finished. We end up going for another one, why not? Balassi with the ball here, nice bit of dribbling into Sanson, into Watkins. Watkins with the goal, and like I was saying, now this Watkins card's a pretty decent one, I must say. One that definitely caught me by surprise. He isn't the best on the ball. He isn't obviously skillful. Always got 3-star skills. So that was a lovely goal as well, by the way. The 1-2 back to Grealish for the finish, mate. Some of the goals I've scoring, or some of the football I was playing with this team, was unbelievable. Considering the players I had, this was probably the most fun I've had it in a weekend league this year. If I'm honest, he makes it 1-1. But I'm not too concerned at this point. I felt like I still had good control over this game as we get into Watkins. We take our time and we create the angle for the finesse and we score. But yeah, I wasn't too concerned at this point. I had control over the game. But like I said, no, this is probably the most fun I've had this year in terms of playing weekend league, using different teams, trying out different players, doing it all on stream, having some fun with it. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to be doing for the rest of the year. At least until TOTS, when maybe we'll start taking it a bit seriously again. Just because, you know, you have better rewards during TOTS, get the coins up a little bit, because some of the past presents I want to do, I'm going to need to have the coins for, especially the ones like, you know, your Real Madrids, your AC Milans, when you need your Hullits, your R9s, all that sort of stuff. Last year I would have had the coins to be able to do that, but this year, not as much. We get a pen though, from a pretty well worked opportunity, nice bit of dribbling from me. We look to put it bottom left with Pires. And do we stay there? No, we go back to the middle. We fall in with the head movement. And Pires gets the goal. Now, a few of these cards did surprise me. Now, this Pires I thought was going to feel pretty slow, pretty stiff. You know, just a pretty bad card. But all in all, he wasn't actually that bad for how much he cost. I think it was like 280, something like that. Very solid card. But we go 1-0 down here now. We did tend to go like 1-0 down and struggle to score initially. But the more I played with this team, I sort of grew a better understanding of how to play with it, and I had to take my time a lot more in the attacks and be patient with my defending. Couldn't rush things as we get a nice little goal again with Watkins. I'm telling you, this card's a serious card. If you're looking for just a cheap, non-skillful, you know, sort of different striker to use, I definitely recommend having a look at him. He won't be able to, you know, cricket accounts or anything, but it's just a different card to try out again. We use a nutmeg skill move there to get away from the defender, and we put it bottom corner. Comfortable. This game though, again another solid team. Neymar, Eto'o, that Hakimi card's a decent centre mid. So I was a little bit concerned with these teams, but I knew if I just played my stuff, we'd be able to get a win. Now that was a silly pass from me. I give the ball away stupidly in the middle of the park. He just keeps it, works it well. Again, I get a tackle off though, so you never know at this point. And RV into Gaia, into Grealish, into Trezeguet. What can Trezeguet do with the ball? Now, yeah, this Trezeguet, right? I need to mention this before I forget. This card is awful. Now, what could you expect? What was I supposed to expect though? He's 75 rated. He's got 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, but no real standout stats. He felt stiff. He felt slow. It just wasn't that fun of an experience, if I'm completely honest. Not a good card at all. I would not recommend him. Even if you want to have fun with it. At one point I was thinking of getting that Bertrand Traore in. That's how bad he was. But is what is. As we get the ball here with Sanson, we're just working it around at this point, just trying to just trying to create an opportunity, taking it slow, like I said. No need to rush. With a ball with Gaia into Adama, into Grealish. Now, again, nice and slow, taking our time with the attacks. Like I said, we don't need to necessarily rush things. Keep recycling the plate if needed. Sanson was actually, like I said, a pretty good card. One I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but he doesn't cost a lot, and he was pretty fun to use. We get a ball with Grealish here, nice bit of dribbling, and we get the finish off to go 1-0. Like I said, I did really enjoy using this Grealish card, I must say. We get the ball here though with Trezeguet out on the wing. Just a little bit of dribbling. Get Grealish on that manual running behind. Ball roll around the keeper. Easy goal. 2-0. Looking pretty comfortable, but. He comes back with Eto. 37th minute. Pretty much after we just scored. And he gets the ball here. This one was, again, questionable. I tackle him here, but the ball he just keeps the ball. He gets the finesse off. The thing I found questionable was obviously that Pires movement. I feel like I should have won the ball back, but it is what it is. He has the ball here though on the counter attack with Neymar. He's running at us. He plays a through ball. I thought Adama had it covered. He doesn't. He takes it around Schmeichel and he makes it 3-2 in the 78th minute. We've got some work to do. We get the ball with Watkins into Grealish, into Pires though. Nice bit of dribbling. Drag back into Grealish. We get a bit fortunate. The ball falls back to us into Watkins. Watkins on his left foot, near post, goal. 90th minute though, 90th minute. At this point I'm like, right, just keep the ball, get this last attack. We can get some cheese maybe. Have the ball with Pires out on the left now. We do a cricket cancel into another cricket cancel. He's on skates at this point. He doesn't know what to do with Cuadrado. Lovely bit of left stick dribbling with Watkins. Send his defender on the floor. Turn and zoom. Game over. Another pretty solid team, but it wasn't the best team I faced all weekend. But at this point, I was like, well, what is happening? This is within my first 10 games. I'm thinking we should be matching some shit teams. It's Sunday night. We bridge it with Pires, though. We get a nice little goal. Here we get so lucky that Cancelo was on the floor bitching. We see a tiny bit of keeper movement. We just fire it near post with Grealish. Easy enough, 2-0. Sanson's through on goal. We just wait, stick it near post. 3-0 in 32 minutes. We were playing some good stuff. Like I said, though, we did get a bit lucky. Sweaty goal it, though, into Pires. 4-0. At this point, I just wanted him to rage quit. So that's why we hit him with a turn and zoom. However, just one more goal was all it needed, and we sent Jerome Boateng back to Germany with that fake shot stop into the cricketer cancel, shooting near post. Now look at this for a team. Pele, CR7, Rooney. I don't know what to say, but we get a goal with Pires though. Nice little start. However, with the attacking power he had, I always knew I was going to end up conceding at some point. It was a matter of how many I could keep him away by and how many I could score. Yeah, at this point, I was like, right, I've just got to focus on trying to outscore him. Seeing out a game at 1-0 that early on, never going to happen. I know he's going to score, and I know he's going to score more. He gets a bit, in my opinion, a little bit lucky first time shot. Rooney doesn't really seem off balance, but that's just how good that Rooney card is. We get a ball into Grealish here though. We use the bridge, get a bit fortunate. 2-2. Against a very good team now. Again, oh no, this was the goal. Look at this. He brings the keeper out. And look at that for a dink. Oh, mate, that is probably one of the best goals I scored all week in that dink. Perfection on that into the far post. But he hits back at us in the 80th minute. 3-3, so we go into extra time. I can't believe I bottled that. But he gets the ball out here with Rooney. Fake shot stops it. Cricketers, that's all he was really doing though. Fake shot stopping, cricketering. And I sort of ended up reading it in the end. And I started noticing that with his attack. So that was a way we could break him down. 120th minute though. Who's got the ice in their veins to send this to penalties? No, none other than Robert Pires. Nutmeg skill move. Far post finish. Ice! Now it goes to penalties. Yannick Bolasie takes the first one. He stands still. Put it in the bottom corner. I'm looking for anything that won't give me any hints, any head movement. We end up going the right way. Advantage us. Pires on the pen. Again, we're just going to stick it bottom left. Green. Now, that one was a bit lucky. He dived the right way, but we put quite a bit of power on it, and we greened it. So, that should be going in any day of the week. Sends us the wrong way, though, here this time. Fair play. Guy steps up, takes the pen. I'm not too confident with Guy's penalties, so I just try and stay middle, and he stays middle. So, there goes our advantage. Or does it? Schmeichel with the save. Keeping us in the lead in the penalty shootout. Sanson. We're just going to keep it middle. Keep it simple. Green it. Save and we win. Pele steps up. Can Schmeichel save it? Sends us the wrong way. The pressure's on. The pressure's on. Other than Ollie Watkins. Steps up. Bottom left. Win. God squad. Eliminated. On to the next one. Now this, again, it's a good team, but at this stage, a lot of people have this sort of team, in my opinion. It's nothing amazing. It's just a decent team, isn't it? Get a little bit lucky here. Trezeguet with the ball. Into Grealish. Bit of dribbling. Even more dribbling. We just can't decide what we want to do with it. But we kick it into Watkins. And Watkins fires it in. Lovely little goal. Into Grealish. Nice bit of dribbling. Gets on the left foot. Near post. Goal. Game. Over. Next team. Again, pretty good team. But a lot of people sort of have this at this point. This game, though, he did sub on Cristiano Ronaldo. Gold card for Gelson Martins. So, I mean, it's probably better than quite a few people have. But it's still a very, very good team. An achievable team. He gets a nice little goal here, though. Good bit of dribbling. No complaints there. But we pick up with Sanson here. Into Grealish. Into Ollie Watkins. Watkins far post again. Another goal. 2-1. However, as you can see, he's on the attack here. We press him with Adama. Sort of, we're trying to cut off the sweaty, but he does a nice little elastico and gets the pass off anyway into a goal. Bit unfortunate on my end, but nice work from him. We get the ball here with Grealish though. Very lucky. Now I know I should have passed it to Watkins earlier, but I didn't notice that. Now look at this for a team. 95 Pele again. What? He gets the ball here. Finesse shot goal. He actually had CR7 gold on the bench as well. He subbed off for Mbappe at like 70th minute. But we clap back. 1-1. Grealish has the ball. Nice bit of dribbling. He moves the keeper. But the shot power behind it, he couldn't save it. This is questionable. Why Schmeichel has then came out and just stood there? I don't know. In my opinion, he should have at least came and punched the ball. Or just stayed in the net or gone back to the net. Now this, again, a bit questionable. The pass wasn't meant to go where it did. But the shot cancels into the left stick dribbling. Into the goal from Amavi. Phenomenal. Now this I have no words for. I posted a clip of this on my Twitter and here it is now. Look at what happens with Walker. I read the pass. Now, I don't know why my camera's not focusing now. Maybe it's just because I'm that much not in disbelief. The ball has gone through his foot. Like, no words. But 120th again. Who can step up? Perez. 4-4, 105th even. 105th even. And then that happens. He just finesses it. Schmeichel dives backwards instead to the side. And we end up conceding. Again, we match a very good team though. Pele. Baby this time. But 5 back, you know. It was always going to be a struggle. And it was a very boring game. We get the 1-0. And that is how that game finished. 1-0. So that's the first 15. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Comment any past presents you want me to do in the future. Subscribe if you are new. And I'll catch you most likely tomorrow with episode 2.